Imagine someone handed you $100,000 today. What would you do? Buy a dream car, travel the world, finally stop checking your bank account every 5 minutes. Now, here's a better question. What if I told you that getting to your first $100,000 is actually much harder than getting from $100,000 to $200,000? Sounds completely backwards, right? But it's true. And understanding why might completely change the way you think about money. Let's get into it. Most people think about building wealth is all about making more money. If I could just earn a bigger paycheck, I'd be rich. Makes sense. Except there are people making over $200,000 a year who still stress about money every month. At the same time, there are people earning far less who quietly build real wealth. So, what's the difference? It's not usually income, it's habits. Imagine two friends. Both earn exactly the same salary every month. One spends everything. The other automatically saves and invests just a small percentage before spending anything else. Fast forward 10 years, who do you think is in a better position? Exactly. The person who paid their future self first. Now here's where things get interesting. Imagine trying to push a giant Minecraft block. At first, it feels impossible. You are pushing with everything you have got and it barely moves. Then suddenly, it starts sliding. Once it's moving, keeping it moving takes a lot less effort. Building wealth works almost exactly the same way. The hardest part isn't becoming rich. The hardest part is getting started and staying consistent long enough to build momentum. Here's what most people never realize: the first $100,000 isn't magical because of the number itself. It's important because by the time many people reach that milestone, they have usually spent years building habits that actually create wealth. They have learned to save before spending. They have learned to invest instead of letting cash sit around. They have made mistakes, learned from them, and stayed consistent even when progress felt painfully slow. Now let's talk about the real game changer. Imagine planting a single apple tree. The first year, nothing exciting happens. The second year, still not much. Then eventually, that tree starts producing apples. Those apples contain seeds. Those seeds grow into more trees. Years later, one tree becomes an orchard. That means how investing works. At first, your money earns a tiny amount, almost disappointing. But if you leave those earnings invested, they start earning money too. Then those earnings earn even more. That's compound growth. Not because money is magical, but because time gives it a chance to grow. And here's the mistake almost everyone makes: they keep waiting for the perfect time. I will invest after my next raise. I will start next year. I will wait until I know more. The problem is the perfect time rarely shows up. Starting with $50 or $100 a month is usually better than waiting years to start with more. Because time is something you can never buy back. So if your goal is reaching your first $100,000, here are 5 things I'd actually do. First, pay yourself first. The moment your paycheck arrives, automatically move part of it into savings or investments. If you wait until the end of the month, there probably won't be much left. Second, increase your income. Learn a valuable skill, freelance, negotiate a raise, start a small business. There's only so much money you can save, but there's almost no limit to how much value you can create. Third, avoid lifestyle inflation. Just because your paycheck grows doesn't mean your spending has to grow with it. Future you will be much happier than present you with another online shopping package. Fourth, invest consistently. Don't waste years trying to perfectly predict the market. Focus on showing up every month. Consistency usually beats perfection. And finally, be patient. Building wealth is honestly pretty boring, and that's actually a good sign. Real wealth usually isn't built overnight, it's built through hundreds of small decisions that almost nobody notices. So, does hitting exactly 100k dollar magically change your life? No. But by the time many people reach it, they have built the habits, the discipline, and they have given their investments enough time for growth to become much more noticeable. That's what changes everything, not the number, the momentum. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe because every week we will make personal finance simple, practical, and maybe even a little fun, all while casually playing Minecraft. Remember, you don't need to become wealthy tomorrow. You just need to make one smart money decision today. Because one decision becomes a habit, habits becomes momentum, habits become momentum, and momentum is what builds wealth. I will see you in the next video.